So good morning, everyone. Can you see and hear us okay?
Good morning. Yes, we can hear you fine. Can you hear us and see us fine too?
Yes, it looks good. Allison, is there anything you'd like to say to your mother?
Hi, Mom.
Hi, daughter. Good morning. It's so nice to see you.
It's good to see you too.
I'm sure that you're all very eager to have Allison back home with you.
Yep, we can't wait to get her home.
Yes, well, once Allison comes back home, we've scheduled her an appointment, and that's what we're here to talk about. Can you go over the next steps?
Sure. We have her discharge planned for 2 weeks from now. We have one more family session planned next week, and then we'll get her medication ready to take home. I'll begin the discharge paperwork and I'll fax a copy of it to you so that you'll be ready to work with her as soon as she gets home.
What's the discharge process?
It's just paperwork that we have to do here on our end. It's a summary of the things we've worked on in treatment. It's Allison's response to that treatment. Overall, it's just a good picture of the things that she's worked on while she's been here.
Is that something I can get a copy of that paperwork?
Sure. You just need to fill out a release of information form. It's the same process that we went through for the agency there to communicate with us here.
Who's gonna take me home?
Your mom will escort you back as she escorted you there.
Is that okay with you, daughter, or would you rather your auntie come and pick you up?
Auntie Mary? Yeah, can she pick me up?
We can talk about that. We'll just have to do some paperwork though, Allison.
Okay.
She loves her Auntie Mary, so if she wants Auntie Mary to come pick her up, that's fine with me.
I understand that. We just have some rules that we have to follow here.
Allison, do you know what things you're gonna be doing once you get back home for therapy?
I don't know.
Don't be disrespectful, daughter.
Okay, I guess it'll be good to know.
Well, some things that we'll be doing here will be the same thing as you're doing there, like practicing positive coping skills, ways to feel safe with your friends, and making better choices to help you on the further on. How does that sound?
That sounds good. Where will I live?
You'll live at home with your family, your brother and sister. You'll meet me for appointments at the clinic, or I'll meet you at the school, at your house. We'll go for walks and do some activities in the community, as long as it helps you with the problem, okay?
Okay. When will I work with you again?
Well, coming here is for when things are really bad at home. Remember when we talked about what acute care is?
You mean after that one night?
If you're talking about the night that you got intoxicated and hurt yourself, then yes. But things are going really well now, and you're ready to go home. You still have a couple of weeks here, and then after you go home, if you like, me and some of the other staff here, we can sit in on a few of your sessions with your new clinician.
Okay, that sounds good.
Does anyone have any questions about what happens next?
I don't really have any questions, but I just wanted to thank you, John. We're so happy that Allison's safe, and we can't wait to get her home.
We're glad that she's safe also. We are going to miss her though.
I don't have any questions either. We scheduled Allison's first appointment, and I'll meet with her family before the discharge.
Okay, sounds good. That's all I have. Allison?
Bye, Mom.
Bye, daughter. I love you. Can't wait to see you.
Good evening.
Oh,
Hi, I'm Angie.
Hi, Andrew. I'm Claire. I'm Allison's mom. Nice to meet you. We're so glad to have you come over and help us as we're trying to bring Allison home.
So are you glad that Allison's about to come back home?
Oh, we're thrilled, and her brothers are really excited, and it's just in time for logging season, so she's going to be able to help with that.
Can we talk about some preparations for Allison to be coming back and home?
That would be fine. I just really feel like I need to have a few ideas on what to do if there's any more episodes of the bad behavior.
What do you mean, bad behavior?
Well, you know, the bad things. Her drinking, her cutting herself, staying out all night, not coming home.
I understand what you're talking about. On VTC last week, Allison sounded a lot better and learned some coping skills.
Okay. And she seems to be healing, so we're happy about that.
Do you think those bad behaviors will make Allison think she's a bad person?
I don't know. I guess I never really thought about it that way, but I don't think she's a bad person.
I don't think she's a bad person either. I think she's a good person. Sometimes if we call those bad behaviors, she'll think she's bad.
So what should I call those behaviors?
Those are poor coping skills, as in cutting, drinking, and staying out. Although Allison learned a couple new coping skills back in the facility.
So when she did those things, it probably was because she saw her dad and I fight, and it just breaks our hearts that she had to watch that and her brothers had to watch us acting like that.
The family is learning new things right now, learning how to be safe and communicate. I'm glad for Allison to be home, working on new coping skills on how the family can communicate and work with each other on her problem.
I just want my daughter to be a good girl, just like she was when she was little. I want her to be successful. I want her to do good things for herself and for other people.
Yes, she's a good girl, but then she needs help on learning her emotions, how to make better decision making.
I know when Allison gets home, she's going to have a lot of things to work on. She has to do her counseling. She's going to have to do chores around the house. She has to keep up with everything that's required of her probation. And I'm not sure if we need to do a schedule or what.
So making a schedule will help her on a daily basis. It'll make her have a better understanding on making her feel more comfortable.
So I think what John said is that we should wait till she got home and then she and I could work on the schedule together. He said that if she shows interest in things, then she's going to maybe be more successful in doing the chores and doing the things that she needs to do to keep making good, positive coping skills, as you said.
That sounds like a great idea. Making her feel a lot comfortable for as in communicating with one another, making the plans that you have made it, calling me up and...
Oh, good. So we can still involve you even after Allison gets home. I can have you come back over if we need to do that?
Yes, I can make an appointment and come back again.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and my husband really appreciates. We just want our daughter to be healthy and to continue with her healing. So thanks a lot for coming by today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andrew.
Have a nice day. What we're going to talk about first is safety. It is important for us to have safety in the house, and can I have some issues on what's not unsafe in the house?
Okay. So I guess what you mean by that is what we took care of last week. My husband and Allison's brothers took all the guns out of our house and took them over to my parents' house, and they're locked up in my parents' gun safe. So we have no guns in the house.
That's a great first step. It is important to lock up all the guns. For children, they don't know gun safety, but Allison, she's old enough to know gun safety. With her history of suicidal thoughts and hurting herself, that is important to lock up all the guns away.
Yeah, that's probably true. And really, if my husband or Allison's brothers want to go hunting, they can go get the guns at my parents' house. And hopefully next fall we can get our own gun safe and keep it in our house here.
Is there other concerns on anything anything that's not safe?
Oh, like other things in the house?
Yes.
We have kitchen knives and uliks in the house. And are you saying that we have to put that stuff away as well?
No, you don't really need to do that because it'll be hard for you to do your daily cooking. But hiding them away in a safe place where Allison won't find it if she's feeling unsafe.
So I wonder if we should just not let her use the kitchen knives, if we should just cut up any food for her if we need to do that.
It'll make her feel ashamed of herself if you do that.
So what you're saying is we need to just trust her and let her know how much we do love her, and if she ever feels like she is feeling unsafe, that she can come and tell us that, and we can help her with that.
Yes, absolutely. Let's talk about the safety plan.
Oh, we have a safety plan because we worked on that together. Actually, I put it here. I'll show it to you. That's the actual safety plan.
Okay. This really looks good. Where are you going to keep it?
Well, I think that we need to keep it in a place that not everyone can see it. So I don't want Allison to feel bad if anybody stops by. So I was thinking that we could keep it on maybe a cabinet door.
That sounds pretty good.
Here, I can just tape it up there right now. So let me go ahead and tape that. Do you think that's a good idea to put it over there? Would that be okay?
Yes, that does sound like a good idea. Keeps her aware and makes her feel as loved by her family.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't make her feel unsafe with herself.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that John talked about is that we should have a copy of that. So I made a copy of it, and I have a copy, and Allison has a copy, and then of course now we have a copy that's kept in the house.
That's great. That everyone knows where it is.
So the other thing that John mentioned is that we should probably buy a small lockbox to keep all of Allison's medications in. What do you think of that?
Did he say why he wanted to do that?
Well, I think he really wanted to make sure that Allison stayed safe and that they would be locked up and that any of her brothers or any of the friends that would stop by wouldn't try and take the medication.
That's a great idea. Keeps the family involved and all her friends safe.
Great.
This is dumb. I don't like stacking wood. Can't we do something more fun?
This isn't dumb. This should be fun. At least you're helping your family prepare for winter.
Being prepared for winter is important, but I don't think even you can make this fun. Why should I help my family? They sent me to that hospital.
At least your family was helping. It could have been worse, like going to juvenile detention, even death in the forward path.
Fine, whatever. Let's just get this over with.
Don't you want to hear how can it be fun?
You think you can make this fun?
Yes, I can make it fun. You just got 15 minutes to stack all this wood right here. And you have 3 challenges. 1, tell me 10 things you like about yourself. Name 5 things you like about your family or your family members. And name 1 dream that you have for your future.
That's too hard. I can't do that.
Or we can do that, or we can stack some woods quietly.
How is that going to be any fun?
The fun comes from doing the challenges and getting a reward.
Oh, I can't believe you make me do this.
I'm not making you do it, it's a choice.
Fine, I'll do it. What are the challenges again?
Okay, the first challenge, you gotta name 10 things about yourself, 5 things about your family, and name 1 special thing for the future.
10 things that I like about myself, 5 things about my family, and 1 dream.
Yes, those are the main goal that we're going to do. While you stack the woods,
And you're going to help me do this?
I'm gonna put on the timer and do it together.
Okay.
Ready? Step 1.
I like to sing.
That's nice. What else?
Last year my teacher said I had good handwriting.
Oh, cursive?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Anything else?
I'm good at math.
I bet you're smart at it. Sounds like fun. Anything else?
I'm a good friend.
Well, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Anything else? Having fun?
Sure. I'm a good babysitter.
All right. All right, we're ready to get to the next subject. 5 things you like about your family.
Okay. My family makes good dried fish.
That's 1. That sounds delicious. All right.
And my brothers are good at hunting.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Anything else?
I like it when my family doesn't fight.
Oh, that's so nice. Having fun so far?
Sure.
What's the last thing you got?
I don't know.
Okay, this is the last one. Name one thing special for your future.
I have a dream. Do you know when I said that I don't like it when my family fights?
Yes?
Well, I have a dream that I'll have a family that doesn't fight or drink or hit each other.
That's a good dream. How can you make that happen?
I could change my behaviors and be a good example.
That's right. That's exactly what you can do. And that you've shown that today. How about we have that reward now?
That sounds good.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so glad to see you all. How is everyone doing?
Hi, Nora. Good to see you.
Hi, Nora. Good to see you.
Hi, Julia. I'm fine. How are you? Hi, Mary. I want to introduce a new person to our group today. Mary, she will be joining us. Welcome, Mary.
Hi. Hi, Sam. Hi, Julia. I know you guys.
Let me start with the boundaries we use in our group, and then we can get started with today's topic. As you can see, our boundaries are posted on the wall. We are here to encourage, not judge. A person's recovery journey belongs only to that person. Our journeys look different. When someone is talking, we respect them by listening. The conversations we have here are confidential, so what is said here stays here. Participation is welcome but not required. And last, what is most important are the life lessons you take away from this time together.
Those are good boundaries, Nora. Mary, do you have any questions about the boundaries?
Okay, so if there are no questions, let's begin with today's topic. Today we'll be talking about the fears and anxieties we might have about returning to our home village and staying sober.
What if we've already been in our home communities, Miss Nora? I've been there for 6 months now.
That's a good question. Maybe you can help others who are just starting that journey back home by sharing how your transition back home was.
I don't know about that. I'm not sure if people would be helped to know how much trouble I had when I went back home.
I think it might help people learn by the mistakes you've made and teach them how to handle problems that you've experienced.
Well, see, I've been home out of treatment for 6 months now. Like I said, it was tough. Not everybody was happy to see me when I got back home. It was hard for a while.
Why wouldn't they want you back home, Sam? Maybe they don't understand your addiction.
You could be right. Not everybody understands addiction.
So what did you do when they didn't want you?
I went back home anyways.
Good for you, Sam. The village is your home.
It was hard for me to stay sober for a while. At first, people were glad that I was back, came over and brought me home brew. And I drank some before I remembered I wanted to be a different person. A sober person.
Well, that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid I won't be able to say no if someone offers me a drink.
Do you think it'll be hard to say no?
Yeah, I think so.
When I think about people offering me alcohol, I think about the reasons why I want to stay sober.
What do you mean? I mean, I thought we just had to stay sober so that the OCS and adult probation doesn't bother us.
Well, those are some reasons people stay sober, Mary. But remember, everyone's journey of sobriety is different, and people have different reasons for staying sober.
That is so true. I want to stay sober for me. I want to live a long, long life.
So why do the rest of you guys stay sober?
I stay sober for my marriage. My wife doesn't like it when I drink. I'm mean when I drink. I don't want to hurt her anymore. I love her too much for that.
Hi, I'm Kenny. I'm supposed to be here in the group.
Hi, Kenny.
Hi,
Hey.
Kenny.
Welcome to the group. We were just talking about ways to stay sober.
So what about you? What do you do to stay sober?
I don't feel like sharing right now.
What?
Remember, sharing isn't a requirement for being in group.
Oh, sorry.
Does anyone else want to talk about the fears or anxieties they might have about returning back to their village? Kenny, I know you just joined us. Would you like to share it all?
Is it okay if I listen for a bit?
Yes, that's fine. Does anyone else want to share?
Well, I do. I'm nervous about being in the village. You know, all my friends are going to be drinking and I'll just be alone. Who am I going to talk to?
That's a scary thought.
How did you handle that when you went to treatment? Did you know anybody there?
No, I didn't know anybody. My counselor taught me to journal, though. That helped me when I was feeling sad or lonely.
Is that a skill you can continue when you go back home?
Yeah, I think so. It's just hard, you know, being alone when all my friends are drinking.
Never forget, you could always come here and we'll help each other and support each other.
It's good.
So that sounds like two ways you can cope. Journaling and come into group. Can you think of anything else?
Well, I like to crochet. You know, maybe I can make some scarves and gloves and sell them or something because, you know, I lost my job when I had to go to treatment.
Crocheting can be a positive coping skill. It can take your mind off of alcohol and feeling lonely, and it can help with income.
Can I say something about coping?
Yes.
I don't really stay around my family. I stay alone at home.
You don't they miss you?
No, I meant I don't stay around my parents because they drink and it's too tempting to be around them because I haven't been sober that long.
It sounds like boundaries. Is that boundaries, Nora?
Yes, that's good as long as they're healthy boundaries. Maybe we can talk about that at our next group. Does anyone else want to add anything before we end today?
We need to remember that it takes time. Time to get used to being back in our communities. Time to be sober. It's all good, it's just going to take time.
That is so true. God bless us all for trying to stay sober and live a healthy life in our village.
Thanks for letting me come visit today, Mary. I'm so glad to see you.
Good to see you too, Nora. Would you like some juice?
Yes, please. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So how have you been since you've been home?
Well, I have my good days and my bad days, especially when I miss my son.
Oh, have you talked to him lately?
Yeah, but not a lot. It makes me really sad, and I want to drink when I'm sad.
That's really tough.
Yeah, it is. I really miss him. I just don't want him to think that I don't love him when I don't talk to him.
But avoiding him makes you feel sad and then want to drink? Have you had trouble staying away from alcohol?
Well, I don't know if I should tell you.
You don't have to tell me anything you don't want to. Remember, I can't tell anyone your business without your written permission.
I know, but I signed that paper for OCS.
Oh, the ROIs? Yes,
Yeah.
you did. Mary, maybe we can talk about some things to help you stay sober, and those things might help you when you feel sad.
Okay.
I've been thinking about how you said in group that you like to crochet. Have you been crocheting lately?
A little bit.
Maybe we can do some crocheting today. I brought my crocheting stuff with me, and I've been working on a scarf for my friend.
Well, that's nice. You know, this lady down at the post office, she asked me if I would make her husband a hat, and she even said she'd pay me for it.
Cool. She's getting a nice gift for her husband and helping you with income. Is that the hat you're working on over there?
Yeah, it is.
I'm still new at crocheting. My mother taught me when I was young, but I don't practice it enough.
Well, practicing is good. My Akka used to tell me that you should practice, practice, practice.
Practicing is good for a lot of things we do in life, even being sober.
So how do people have practice being sober?
Well, each day is difficult to stay sober, isn't it?
Did you used to drink?
Yeah.
Were your kids taken away?
Yes, I used to drink, but that was a long time ago. I've been practicing sobriety for a long time now, but the time we have together is to focus on you and so you can recover.
Well, it's nice to know that you kind of understand where I'm coming from.
Yes, I understand. Let's talk about the ways you practice to stay sober.
Well, I try not to think about it, but I have written in my journal a little bit.
When you don't think about it, are you thinking about positive things?
I try to.
I'm glad you're doing that. When you don't talk to your son, does that help you?
No, not really. It makes me miss him even more.
And when you miss him, it makes you sad and you want to drink?
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a way for you to talk to your son and think happy thoughts.
You mean talk to my son and not feel sad? I don't know if I can do that. I really miss him a lot.
Okay, how about an activity you can do when you feel sad?
Like this?
Maybe. How does that make you feel when you crochet?
I don't know. I didn't really think about it. Well, I kind of think about the lady at the post office, how she wants to keep her husband warm, and how happy she was when I said I'd make the hat for her.
And how do you feel about that?
I feel okay. It's good for a woman to think about keeping her family warm. And I really like it that she's going to pay me.
And how do you feel about yourself when you crochet?
Myself? I don't know. I never really thought about it.
When I crochet, I like to think how I'm learning something new. And I feel happy when I think about my friend with her new scarf. It also makes me laugh when I think about how hard it was to learn this.
Well, I guess I feel good that I'm going to make some money.
That's good, you're providing for yourself. When the next time you talk to your son, maybe you can crochet so you won't feel so sad.
That's a good idea. I think I'll try that.
Hi Sarah, it's good to see you.
Hi, it's good to see you guys too. How are things out in Hooper?
It's good, the weather is really nice here. How are you?
I'm good, thanks for asking. How are you, Mary?
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, I think we're settled now. Mary and I were just talking about the CSR she did. Have you had a chance to look at it?
Yes, I have it pulled up on my computer here. It looks like you've done good with not drinking in the last month, Mary. That's great.
Yes, I'm doing good with no alcohol. I've been crocheting a lot.
Crocheting sounds fun. What have you been making?
Scarves and headbands.
That's great. You're making sure people stay warm in Hooper this winter.
Yep, that's right. Keeping people warm.
I'm glad to hear it. Nora, can you tell me a little bit about the progress Mary's been making in services?
Mary's goal is to stop drinking and get her son back. She's been working on 3 objectives. 1, to complete keeping it simple, she's identified 5 triggers and 5 positive coping skills. In the beginning, Mary was having trouble coming to group on a regular basis. Her attendance has improved lately, and she completed keeping it simple this last week. We've also spent a lot of time talking about her triggers about drinking and her coping skills she can use instead of drinking. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it was hard for me to get to group every week, but I learned to like it, and I was learning a lot, so it was good.
Good. It can be hard to start something new. I'm glad you like it now. Was crocheting one of those skills that you identified?
Yeah, it helps me to keep my mind off of drinking.
Good. It sounds like you've accomplished your goals of not drinking during this treatment plan. Do you agree?
I think so.
Nora, what do you think? I noticed on the CSR that Mary said that in the past 10 out of 30 days, her emotional health was poor. Have you talked about that at all?
I think Mary's doing a very good job with her treatment plan. She hasn't been drinking. She's using positive skills. We've talked about how she's been sad lately. Would you like to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I get scared sometimes. You know, now that my son's back with me, I just think about the times when he was in foster care, and it brings back bad memories for me when I was in foster care.
I can see how that would be hard. When you feel that way and think about those bad memories, what do you do?
Well, it makes me think about drinking. So I don't do it, but I think about it. And there were some days that I didn't go to church.
Okay. I'm glad you didn't drink though, Mary, and I'm really sorry that those memories upset you so much. Do you think it would help to spend some time talking about it in counseling, talking about when you were in foster care and the memories that come with that?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to have to leave my son again.
I don't think you would have to leave your son again. I think you can participate in a different group and talk to Sarah more.
Is the group about talking about bad memories, or?
Actually, it is. Nora's learned how to facilitate Seeking Safety group. Maybe you could participate in that and learn to help you with those bad memories and feelings.
I think that would be good. I like the groups that Mary does. I feel safe talking there.
I think it's good that you feel safe in group, Mary. I can add the Seeking Safety to your treatment plan if that's what you want to do.
Okay, that sounds good. What about talking with you?
Sure, we can do that. So if you're in group once a week with Nora, how about see me once or twice a month?
Okay. Can we do it once a month? Because fishing is coming up soon and I'll be busy cutting fish.
Sarah, can we include therapy in Mary's treatment plan for once a month for the next 90 days and see if Mary will need to increase that by the next CSR process?
Yeah, we can make that work. And Mary, if you feel like you need to come in more often, you'll let me or Nora know, okay? We can always update your treatment plan to include seeing me more often.
Okay. Well, I'll give Nora a call if I have any problems or if I need to talk.
Good, I'm glad to hear that. So how about if we schedule your next visit with me 2 weeks from now, and then you can start Seeking Safety group next week with Nora.
Okay, will the other stuff stay on my plan, the not using alcohol, because I think I'm doing pretty good with that.
Do you think a different goal will fit better?
Yeah, I think so, because if I'm not having bad thoughts and memories, then I won't be tempted to drink.
Okay, so we'll still include staying sober, but add in the part of managing memories and thoughts.
Okay, that sounds appropriate to me. So will we have 2 objectives then?
I think so. Mary will be participating in the Seeking Safety group and she'll be coming to therapy. How will we know she is feeling better and how can we measure that?
What do you mean by measuring?
You remember we had you identify 5 positive coping skills? We use that to measure your progress.
Okay, but those were just like feelings. How do you measure feelings?
When you have those feelings now, what do you do, Mary?
Well, I've been crying a lot and missing activities like I usually do, like going to church.
So a way to measure that is to focus on how many times you cry and how many times you miss activities like church.
How many times did you miss church last month, Mary?
About 4 times.
So we can put something like Mary will attend healthy activities at least twice a month.
Well, that would be more than I'm doing right now, so that would be good. So can I go more than 2 times if I feel good enough?
Yes, you can always accomplish more than what's on the plan.
Okay, let's do that.
Perfect. We've covered a lot of things today. Mary, you've done great in services so far. It looks like we're all set with our new goals and objectives for this plan. I've got you scheduled with me for 2 weeks from now, and then Nora can get you scheduled for next week. How's that?
That sounds good.
I think it sounds good too. I'll get Mary scheduled for Seek and Safety.
Good, you're welcome. It was good to see both of you. Bye.
Have a nice day.